we focus on three female figures in a parsha. Three. One of them is Sarah, and one of them is Rebecca or Rivka. Two real figures. And the third figure, female, all of them female. Three female figures in a parsha. Sarah and Rebecca or Rivka on one hand. The third female figure is virtual, but she is not less important. So let's see what we are talking about. All that is from our parsha. So let's compare Sarah to Rebecca. And here I'm using the book of Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz. You are familiar with the name. He's the one who edited the Talmud. Almost every house has now Talmud, Steinsaltz Talmud, edition of Steinsaltz. So he wrote a small book, talk about a female figure in the Torah, and he discussed Sarah and Rebecca. So he says, and that's actually come out from the text, let's compare Sarah to Rebecca. Sarah, she is a staunch partner of Abraham. She's a partner with him. She joined him not only his wife, but as a partner in preaching the Torah in the birthland before they came to Israel. She is described there. They converted, so to speak, the soul, both of them. And she is behind him, royal sentinel to the faith. She keep an eye on the purity of the faith. For instance, when Agar, she doesn't like Agar and Ishmael because she thinks they don't fit the faith. And she tells Abraham to drive them out. Abraham resists, is appalled, doesn't want to do it, but Hashem tell him, whatever Sarah tell you, you should do. Wow. So that's Chazal in Talmud says, that's a sign that Sarah was actually higher in prophecy to Abraham. Whatever Sarah tell you, you should do. But she is behind the scene, support him from behind, like a wife, a dear wife, helping him from behind. But she is not in theology. When the Torah in the Parsha, she passed away in the Parsha here. The story is that she passed away after she heard about the binding of Isaac. And so for her, Abraham, of course, was very impressed by the story, theology, mercy, overcome judgment, you name it, the story of binding. For her, it's nothing. She just hears that Isaac is on the altar, she fainted, she passed away. She cannot tolerate her. So for her, as a good mother, she doesn't care about theology as much as she cares about Isaac. So that's Sarah. And I'm continuing what Rabbi Steinsaltz says, as opposed to her, you see here Rebecca doing, of course, the opposite. She is a child still, a girl. You don't know exactly what age she was, but probably young girl. And she is very resourceful. She come, Eliezer asked her just water. She stand up on her own, and she water not only the camels, not only him, but the people and the camels, and they don't help her. She does it alone. She's very resourceful, and she's very active. Later on, she is also in the next parsha. When it comes to the story of Esau and Yaakov, she is revealed as somebody that cannot be cheated. She knows Esau inside out. Esau can cheat Isaac, but he couldn't cheat his mother because she grew up in a house of cheaters. She knows the way of the world. So Rebecca is resourceful, down to the earth. She knows everything. Nobody can cheat her. The spouse, Rabbi Steiner said, they are just the opposite. Sarah was, let's say, passive, kind of sentinels of the face, but Abraham, of course, was very active. Rebecca and Isaac is the opposite. Rebecca is active. What kind of active? She is very active in the story. And Isaac is passive. So the two couples are opposing to each other. There is a meaning for that. Now, let's compare the deed, the chesed. The parsha is full of chesed, grace. I don't know how to translate chesed really in English. Grace, I look at the dictionary, they say grace could be. Compassion is kind of too much. Grace, that's why maybe I use the term chesed. So chesed is goodness. So the parsha is full of chesed, goodness. Abraham, it starts with Abraham. Abraham spend money and effort to bury Sarah. That's considered ultimate act of chesed, chesed shel emet, the true chesed. Why? Because it's done, when you do it, there is no gratitude. The person whom you help to be buried will never pay you back. So it's an ultimate act of chesed that you do without any expecting reward. Unconditional chesed. Of course, he pays money. There is a lot of importance for that. There are 3 places that are bought in Israel by money. That's the tomb of the patriarch. That's a cave that he buy here. And David bought the field on Mount Moriah. He conquered Jerusalem. He was a ruler. He could confiscate it in a second. Instead, he paid a lot of money to Erna, the owner of the field of the Moriah, because purchasing, lawful purchasing is very important in Judaism in the eyes of Abraham. Abraham is against theft. So here is an example for that. He pays money for that. But Abraham was always like this. He always, what characterized Abraham is pouring unconditional grace or chesed on everyone. We discussed it last week or last parsha. There is a famous tree, Eshel tree that he planted. Eshel is acronym for Aleph Shin Lamed. It's Achila, eating, sleeping, and drinking. So he built caravan, he built tabernacle, he built caravan or tails across the country, crossroads, where he fed people and let people sleep there, and for free, unconditional. Didn't ask, are you righteous or not? So Abraham is characterized by showering a lot of mercy or chesed, compassion, unlimited, without condition, without any asking anything in reward back, any gratitude. Why he did it? Not because he had a good heart. He did it because, he believed in Hashem. Because everywhere he goes, the Torah says, he built altar and he called the name of Hashem, the attribute of mercy. So much that the Satan actually challenged Elohim. He said, look at the guy, he's worshiping mercy too much. That's behind the story of the binding of Isaac. So he's following mercy, unconditional love, and without asking anything else in return, because he believed in Hashem. And Hashem, of course, created the world with goodness, not asking anything in back. Beside, in fact, that's the truth is that he just wants to shower goodness on us. So mercy, by definition, especially the Sabbath day, when she is alone, she is only for love and joy and compassion. That's what she is. So when you believe in Hashem, that's what you do. You emulate her. That's Abraham. Opposite of that, just the opposite of that, is Rebecca. When she does an enormous amount of grace here, beyond what expected from her age. And she doesn't even believe in Hashem. She's raised in a house of idol worshiper. She doesn't recognize Hashem. She does it on her own duty of the heart. Good heart. The chesed is so important for Abraham that Eliezer repeatedly, he says, when he goes there and he makes a test, he prays he asks Hashem, send me a girl that fit my master Abraham. He doesn't ask for a girl that will sing or beautiful or dance beautifully and beauty contest. He asks for a girl who is full of compassion. That's an unparalleled story in any other literature. No other nation in the world tell you such a story. When you look for a bride, don't look at her face, don't look at the dress, the makeup, just see what she's doing. Wow. There is no such story in any other culture. So this is for him, chesed is unbelievably important. Turned out that she was also beautiful. That's a different story. So, but when she come out with such an enormous chesed, what she does, it's strictly on her own, without believing in Hashem, not because of her faith. As opposed to Abraham, who did everything because he followed Hashem. So let's say what the Talmud is depicting her. She does it not because she is commanded, because she doesn't know Hashem, so she doesn't know the Torah. She is not commanded to do this. On the other hand, she doesn't feel free to run away. So she doesn't do it discretionally, but she does it wholeheartedly, without hesitation, from the duty of a good heart. Chovat halev. Chovat halev. That's a new category. That you do things not because you are commanded, good thing, not because you are commanded, not because you feel free not to run away, because you don't feel free, but you do it from the duty of heart. It's natural process for you. For her, it was very natural. Of course, it's a miracle. She grew up as a rose among the thorn, the Talmud describes her, because she's surrounded by wicked people, master of cheaters, who molested the girls and so on, and cheaters. His brother was master cheater, Lavan. But she is a rose among the thorn. So let's put in perspective. Different sort of mercy and compassion in the Parshat. Abraham does it not because he's commanded, but because he believed in Hashem. Nobody commanded Abraham to do this, to go all the way to do what he is doing. He did it by belief from his own free will. He could go out. If he didn't do it, nobody would charge him. So he did it from reshut. Reshut means discretional, out of belief, but discretional. He was not commanded. So Abraham did it mercy by reshut. Rebecca did it because of the duty of her heart, not because she's commanded, and not because she was free not to do it, but she felt obligation to do it, chovat halev. So not from mitzvah, not from reshut, but from chovat halev, from the duty of her heart. Next will come Jacob, her son, who is so impressed with his mercy. He was raised under Abraham, of course, and Shem. So he is the one who we'll see later on. He instituted mercy as a law. When he ran away to Laban, in his dream, later dream, he makes a vow, and he says, if I return back to my land in peace, I will make you, merciful one, my law. And actually, he continues saying, I will give you a tithe, I will give you a donation, but not because of I do it because of the law. So Judaism is, that's why we have enormous laws of compassion, like sabbatical. What is sabbatical year? I leave my field for the whole year for people to take whatever they want. Show me any culture that has it. The whole year, people can come to my field and consume everything they want. The gift for the poor, every 3 years, the tithe, the charity, that's the obligation. when I return my collateral to the poor man for the night, I don't do it because I have a good heart, but I do it because it's the law. The Torah is a compassionate law. So Yaakov took mercy and make it a law of the land. Okay? So in summary, we have mercy that Abraham did by endless belief in Hashem, but from reshut, discretional. We have mercy that she did it, Rebecca did it, and her son Yaakov put that mercy of Abraham and put it into a law, part of it. That's distinguished Israel from any other nation in the world. No other culture, never, even the United States doesn't have mercy incorporated into the law. Charity is beautiful, but you do it from your own will, not because the Torah tells you that's the law of the land, and you don't do it because of a good heart. So we have those three types of mercy here, grace. And I'm going to ask you now a good question. We have mercy that Abraham did, endless compassion without any asking gratitude. Okay? Unconditional. We have the law, mercy you do by the law. And you have the mercy that Rebecca does on her own will. She does good deed from her own heart. Which one is the best? Which one should be the top one that we aspire that the humanity should follow? When you do mercy because you believe on Hashem, or you do mercy because of a good heart, or because of the law. Which is the hope for mankind? What do we hope for mankind to achieve in history when we go on in history and improve ourselves? Where do we want to be? I bet that every one of you will tell me right away, will agree, that the ideal is that everyone will be like Rebecca. I want everybody, all humanity, will do good things, not because they are told, or some theology. I want everyone to do good because we climb up from our animalistic nature and become good on our own and follow the Shekhinah, follow the goodness, just because that's our second nature. So if I put it in word what I just said, ideally mankind should be like Rebecca, who does good things. We do good things on our own, and we don't even feel any urge not to do it. So we don't do it because discretion or because we have any fight in our heart. We don't do it because somebody order it on us. We do it because our heart tells us to do it automatically. It's our second nature. That's how I want humanity to be. That nobody will entertain any idea of cutting head of children in the name of God, or raping children, or cutting the breast like in Gaza Strip in the name of God. That kind of evilness shouldn't even entertain should be out of our humanity mind. And we want everyone, all humanity to reach the stage of Rebecca. And Rebecca is Noahide. She's not Jewish. In fact, none of them figure here as Jewish. They're all Noahide. Now, how can I find support to what I just said? I made a statement that we hope that humanity will reach one day that stage. Can I find support for that? I said it, but I hope. Is there a stage in the Torah? A support for the Torah? Yes. In fact, the story of Rebecca itself end up, as you know, and she finally meet Isaac at evening, when he go out in the evening to pray. That's a very important evening. On Mount Moriah, actually there. And then when she after he didn't like her right away. He liked her once she saw that he entered a tent of her mother, and a candlelight, Friday night candlelight, was burning all from Friday night to Friday night. That's the language of the Midrash. He liked her because, I repeat it, because it says she went to the tent of Sarah. So what was in the tent? The candlelight that Sarah candled every Friday night. That's the candlelight before we light on Friday on Friday evening before the Sabbath. So hold your seat. Why the Rambam says, well, what is this custom or mitzvah to do the candlelight on Friday night? What's the source of that? And look what he said. And I quote you almost word by word. The Rambam says, because, he says, lighting the candlelight every Friday night, we do it not because we are commanded. Because if we are never commanded, there is no commandment. And we don't do it because we have a discretion not to do it. But we do it because the duty of our heart. So why Isaac fell in love with Rebecca? Because she not only practiced it, Chovat Halev, you see it in the story of the watering, but she also lighted the candlelight Friday night to signify that I am following Hashem goodness. I do goodness, follow Hashem way because of the duty of my heart. Not because I'm commanded, not because somebody warned me with a hell or punishment, because that's my nature. I cannot do otherwise. Okay? And that's that issue of Chovat Halev, obligation of the heart, is so important here in the Parsha that I don't want to load you, but the halacha, look at the story of Rebecca and derive few things, important thing about it. For instance, I'll give you an example, all related to that topic. For instance, the Talmud asks, why does a woman get married? After all, when she enters marriage, the burden is on her. She needs to raise the children, the tough birth. You know the story of Eve. So why women enter that engagement at all? Are women obligated to get married? No, the Talmud says no. The obligation to get married is only on men. By the way, it's also on Bnei Noah, because God says, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. That's commandment, which is one of the Noahide commandment too, according to many authority. So that obligation to get married is incumbent on male, not female. In that case, the Talmud asks, so why do women get married? Because women took upon themselves to help the husband to fulfill the commandment. And they do it not because they feel free not to do it. And they do it not because they are obligated, but because of the duty of their heart. So why do women get married? Because of the act like Rebecca, duty of the heart. And there are other halacha that come out from here. For instance, why do the duty, why do we bless, I'll give an example, why do we bless the bride before at the wedding? So it's a special blessing, 7 blessings we call. And the answer is not because we are obligated, not because it's a mitzvah, not because it's a pursuit, but because Chovat Halev, because of the duty of the heart. Many implications of several halacha. So the topic is very important in relation to Rebecca. She is for the duty of the heart, and everything around the story revolves around that topic. So, okay, we learn about 2 figures, female figures. We learn about Sarah, okay? And we learn the staunch sentinel for faith behind Abraham, the royal Sarah. And we learn the opposite of her as Rebecca, who is 2 legs in the real world. Nobody can cheat her. Nobody can cheat her. She knows the truth from her heart. Nobody. And so that's Rebecca. Now, who is the third one? The third one is a virtual, but she's not less important. What do I refer to? On the verse, the story of Rebecca starts with the word, and Abraham was an old man. Abraham was 24. Abraham was an old man in age, and Hashem blessed Abraham with everything, but call. So the simple meaning is he got wealth, he got even son, Rashi said. Vakol is gematria, but numerically, so he got son, and he's an important person, so he lacked nothing. That's a pshat. But sages said, Ramban said, the Torah wouldn't spend time to tell us about that in Abraham, that he got everything. A much more, deeper message. And he quote Kabbalah. Kabbalah said, Kabbalah actually comes from the Talmud itself, that he had a daughter whose name is Kol. So I'm quoting you now the Ramban. And Ramban, it's a long Ramban. And he asked, who is that daughter? And it goes on, quoting Kabbalah, that daughter is the assembly of Israel, Knesset Israel. The putative female figure that presents the Jewish people. Female. So much that even on the Roman, when Titus destroyed the temple, he coined the coin that he left, he made carry the sign of a female. Judea is a female going to captivity. So that notion of Israel as a female comes from here, Knesset, Assembly of Israel. Now, what is this Knesset Israel? Where is she? Where? She's hinted here. Abraham had a daughter, so it means that she will come up. It's not right now, but she will come up. Bakol, when did she come to life, so to speak? The answer is profound. She came out in the book of Exodus when Moses came down from the mountain the second time. After Sinai, the Jewish people sinned with the golden calf. Moses went up, asked forgiveness, 120 days. He came down on Yom Kippur, which was Thursday, and he said, from God, God forgave you. From now on, you will have Yom Kippur. And he carried with him the second tablet, the oral Torah and the written Torah. This is the second giving of the Torah that we still follow. The oral Torah that was given not on Sinai, but on Yom Kippur, that one day after Yom Kippur, in another place. We don't even know where it was locally, but it was somewhere in the Sinai. So that was Friday, and the Torah says, look what the Torah says there. He made the people come to listen to him. He made the people to assemble. A strange language. What I mean, he could command them. No, Rashi says he didn't command them. And it said, the verse says that everybody, the entire Jewish people, from children to old men, to women and men, everyone came on their own to listen to him. On their own free will, Chovat Alev. And Rashi is very explicit. They didn't come because they were commanded, and nobody felt that I'm free to look my TV. Everybody came, Chovat Alev, obligation of that, without being told. They acted like Rebecca. Is that a surprise? I thought that the Israel is all for keeping mitzvot commanded, doing good things by command. Here the emphasis, the entire female figure of Israel is based on voluntarily, or not on Chovat Alev. And that also happened on Friday. So much that Moses then talked about all the law that on the transition between Friday and Saturday. First, how can you cook on Shabbat? How you prepare? All these laws were given at that moment. So it was Friday afternoon. Friday afternoon, where everything depends on a duty of our heart. Let me pause here. I think I need to make big things clear. In Genesis chapter 1, okay, if you go to Genesis chapter 1, it tells you what happened on Friday before the Sabbath. The last word of Friday, it says, before it entered the Sabbath, the Torah says, and Elohim saw that everything that was done, that he had done, everything. And behold, it was very good. And then he entered the Sabbath. Very good. So what is very good? Now we understand very good is when mankind does goodness because of our nature is changing, because our heart telling us. Then we are qualified to enter the Sabbath. Doing history right now, we still struggle. We need the Torah. Torah is given to us as a direction, an instruction how to get here. But the goal is to, like Knesset Israel. Isn't it amazing? The Knesset Israel and Noahide merge. Noahide are all about the duty of the heart, like Rebecca. Because you do things not because you are commanded, but because you're free will. You came to the faith because of your own. And not only that, a Noahide can choose any commandment he wants to do. You can fast on Yom Kippur, you can eat kosher, but you do it, the Torah says, the Halacha says, you do it not as a commanded, but you do it on discretional, on your chovat halev, or duty of the heart. And they emphasize it. So people think, I'm less than a Jew. A Jew is obligated and he's higher, and I do it from a duty of my heart. So no, that's not the case. Because to do what Noahide commandment, children of Noah are supposed to do mitzvot out of duty of our heart, is the goal of humanity. We all need to be like Rebecca. Even Knesset Israel, the putative female figure of Israel, was actually formed virtually on Friday afternoon. They came voluntarily from it, not because they're commanded, but because Chovat Alev. So it's a merging of Knesset Israel and Noahide. So from now on, for instance, if you decide to keep the commandment, any commandment you want, and you do it voluntarily, don't say it, I'm lower, God forbid, and this guy there that he's obligated. People think like this. It's not true. Yes, when you are obligated, you have more obstacles. Your reward may be greater. Because naturally, if you do things by order, we have more resentment for that. So the reward may be greater. But the goal of humanity, the goal of the Torah, why do we have Torah? Why the oral Torah was given by Moses when he came down to the mountain on Friday afternoon, and he gave the oral Torah and the written Torah, and he formed the Knesset of Israel by duty of the heart, because the goal is to be Rebecca. And also in our discussion, we highlighted now the issue of Friday afternoon, the transition, lighting the candle. Now, you know, when you light the candle, you are not different than a Jew. Jew also, a Jewish woman who light the candle, she is not obligated. She does it from the duty of her heart. And if you do it from the duty of the heart, you are equal. You are not, you're not different. And remember, the two female figures emerge. And as it turned out, the most important moment of the week, every Friday afternoon before Shabbat, the heavenly court sits there and judges us, judges humanity. Where are we in that journey? So that moment of the transition between Friday and Saturday is the most precious moment for Noahide. The candlelight, singing, understanding what it's all about, where we are going, and hopefully that mankind will change, and doing good things will come to us as natural. This will be simply our nature to be good. And then we become very good and qualified to enter the Salon. Okay, let's stop here. Any question that you have? So Adam is not here anymore. Adam is gone. Adam is replaced by Noah. When we say the children of Noahide, that's actually mankind. So mankind was born to be very good, to be poor. Let me and you, let us together make Adam, the ideal Adam. Torah says, when he says, let us make Adam in our form, in our image, one explanation is, let me and you, Adam, make together an ideal Adam that I have on my mind. That Rashi said it. So, together with God, together with the Torah, that's the only way to improve ourselves. No more ISIS, no more Hamas, no more skinhead, no more hatred, just goodness from our heart. It won't even entertain our mind. Imagine if mankind will reach there. And that's the mission of Bnei Noah, that we need to be there.